नमस्कार, गुड इवनिंग, आदावर्ज। 7 बज गए हैं, 7 बज गए हैं, तो उप्स का आना तो बनता ही है। और आज के लिए क्या गाऊं? আমার বেলা যে যায় সাজ বেলাতে তোমার সুরে সুরে সুর মেলাতে আমার বেলা যে যায়। यस, यू गेस्ट इट राइट। सो आज हमारे पास है एक हॉट बंगाली बॉम्ब एंड उसी से मैं सुर मिलाने वाली हूँ आज। और मुझे लगता है हम दोनों के काफी सुर मिले हुए हैं एंड आई एम श्योर दिस शो इज गोइंग टू बी बॉम्बास्टिक अगेन। सो लेट मी वेलकम my dear friend Swapnakalpa Dasgupta. Hello Swapna, how are you doing?
I'm good, Didi. Namaskar. And namaskar to all our audience members. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so excited and deeply honored to be part of this.
So nice to have you at this show, and it is more exciting because it's Das Gupta to Das Gupta. It is not Das Gupta versus Das Gupta, जो कि हमारे आर्टिस्ट फील्ड में होना चाहिए, because कहते हैं कि artists are not friends, but I do not believe it at all. Artists are definitely friends. So it is going to be Das Gupta to Das Gupta with all the love and everything. And she's very young dancer and holding a very nice position. I can't call it a very comfortable position, but yes, it is definitely a glamorous one to see from the far. But I know all the thorns that she has under her chair. I can't say this is a family show. But I would like to ask Swapna Kalpa ki आपकी जर्नी कहाँ से शुरू होती है? आई नो तुम बंगाली हो, तो मैं कलकत्ता की नहीं हूँ, तो मुझे बताओ कि कलकत्ता और तुम्हारा रिलेशन क्या है?
Didi, I am from Calcutta, as you know. I was born in Calcutta and I studied in Carmel Convent. And then I did my graduation from St. Xavier's College. I did my B.Ed in St. Xavier's College also. I always wanted to be a teacher, and my subjects for in my B.Ed were physical science and maths. So I was mostly a maths teacher. Even when I went to London, I was a maths teacher there. And of course, my first love was always dance. So in Calcutta, I started learning from Guru Sri Giridhari Naik ji, and who's a student of Guru Kilcharan Mahapacha ji. And in Calcutta, when we used to at that time call Guru Kilcharan Mahapacha ji as Bodo Guruji. So Bodo Guruji had come, and Choto Guruji had organized a workshop, and there I started I had my first moment of learning from someone so great. And with the very affectionate guidance of Giridhari Guruji also, I started learning from Bado Guruji. And soon Bado Guruji said, why not learn from another student of mine also when you're in Calcutta? Because I was still in school. So I was, I think, in class 7. Standard 7 when I started learning with Guruji. And because Guruji is in Bhubaneswar, I used to shuttle. My parents used to take me all the way from Calcutta to Bhubaneswar. I used to be there in Guruji's place, learn, and then come back. So, and all my school holidays were mostly spent that way, with the dance practice. Either Guruji would quite frequently visit Calcutta also. And that is how my dance journey started again under Guruji. And then Paushali Didi, Guru Paushali Mukherjee, she's also another student of Guru Kirachara Mahapachaji. I got the opportunity to learn from her as well. And in Guruji's place, of course, extremely blessed to have learned from Guru Srimati Srijata Mahapachaji and Ratikan Mahapachaji. So that is in short how Calcutta slowly started giving me opportunity to realize my dream to learn. I think more than anything I was extremely fascinated by dance. My mother used to say that whenever that Nirma ad would come, that and I would start getting on and twirling and Washing powder Nirma was my favorite, by the way. And there were other jingles and कोई भी music हो माने इतना कि मम्मी बोलती थी कि बने बाहर कोई जा रहा है हरे even किसका जनाजा लेके जा रहा है और वो chanting चला है मैं चली डांस करने उसके साथ भी मतलब anything as inappropriate as possible I would be dancing. So my grandmother, my mother's mother, she was a Hindustani classical music artist of her time. Unka, long playing record tha. My mother did her MA in Indian music in classical in Shongit, but she has learned from Guru Tarapattu Chakraborty, so in his institute. So my mother used to be a singer. So they, of course, when I was born, thought that acha isko thera gaane ka bhi dekhte hain, but there was no chance because I was हम तो नाच जो भी करो. So and then my both my parents have been extremely. My father is no more, but I think it is my mother and my father's wholehearted support that they used to take. Now to think of it, I'm a parent myself. To take your daughter, like leave your everything in Calcutta, take your daughter and go to Bhubaneswar. My father also used to go, yeah, to stay there and make her settle down and so that she can learn dance, which again is not something that was, of course, when we were young or even now, never equated to any financial gain later, no. But my parents really valued art, and I think that mahal, is what I would say was the key thing for me in Calcutta. Growing up with music, with dance, with art, always as a natural part of every day. गाना practice बोलिए, dance practice बोलिए, my sewing बोलिए, या सब कुछ बने, creative environment जो था. I think that when you ask me about Calcutta, the first thing that comes to my mind is that creative environment that I was extremely lucky to have grown up.
But also, I found a connection with you or with me is that Carmel Convent. I'm also a student of Carmel Convent, Chanakyapuri, New Delhi.
We are
So,
Kamalai.
yeah, we are Carmelites. So good. And we have a very good friend, Abhimanyu Lal. Namaste to both of you. And of course, looking great too. यार ऐसे तो बहुत सोचो ही मत यार दास गुप्ता है दोनों दोनों बॉम्बशेल्स है कैसे है मतलब अच्छा दिखना तो बनता ही है. But when you talk about Calcutta, Calcutta girl, ठीक है ओके ऑडियंस ये माने और ठीका चाहिए होने वाला है क्योंकि हम दो बंगाली हैं और जब बंगाली मिल जाते हैं तो बंगला में ही बात करते हैं और दुर्गा पूजा की बात जरूर करते हैं सो ये माने और ठीका चाहिए दिस एपिसोड इज गोइंग टू बी फुल ऑफ माने और ठीका चाहिए सो bear it and learn it from us. So being a Bengali girl, I would expect you to be more of a Shanti Niketan type, Usually when you see the Bengali girls or the boys, for the cultural this thing, they're more like towards the Robindra Sangeet, towards the Tagore poetry, towards the Shanti Niketan. So how did Odyssey really happen to you? Like how come not there and towards Odyssey?
So it was
your net, it's disturbed. Net. अंबिका वहां से नेट का प्रॉब्लम हुआ ना आपका सही. So there's always a technical hitch when we are on the show because we are all dependent on internet, and right now it's going to be a heavy on an internet because it's a Sunday. So I'm sure Swapna will be able to fix it soon, and we'll be back with her jaldi. Ambika?
Am I audible?
Yeah, now the picture is also a little clear.
Yes.
Yes.
And let me know when I'm fully visible.
Yeah, in a little haze, but yeah, now you're visible and you're audible.
Super. Do I have your permission to continue?
Yes, please. We are eager.
Didi, again, my mother was the main force behind dance in general, and of course, Odissi. She shared that, she wanted to be a dancer when she was young, but she didn't get the opportunity. My grandmother was also talented. She used to choreograph, but then ghar mein. and only music was allowed at that time for them. So when I started dancing to Nirma, to be honest, so she said that let us have her learn a classical dance form. And Odissi was a dance form which my mother really loved, and that is why my mother thought that okay, अच्छा इसको Odissi में भी डालना है. Abhi it so happened that my father, who was a doctor, एक दिन पेशेंट आए हैं एक मिसेस नायक एंड और उनको पापा ने पूछा कि ये एक जन के नाम मैंने सुना है, गुरु श्री गिरिधरी नायक, आप पहचानते हैं उनको? आप तो मिसेस नायक है, आप ओडिया है, आप बोल रहे हो. सो दैट वाज एक्चुअली माय गुरुजी's wife.
Okay.
So she said, of course I know, it's my husband. So it was so he used to stay in Delhi. Where my mother's chamber was there. So is there issue with the internet?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll change it.
So I always believe that the gurus are destined. So इसमें भी आप देख सकते हैं कि कैसे स्वप्न कल्पा अपनी गुरुजी के पास पहुंची. मतलब जब उनको गुरु के बारे में बताया गया तो उन्हीं की वाइफ, उनकी गुरुजी की वाइफ उनके फादर के पास उनके क्लिनिक में पहुंची हुई थी. यस, मोर.
तो गुरु नीचे गुरु माँ बैठी थी और पापा ऊपर चले आए और मम्मी को बोले कि अभी डाउनस्टेयर्स देयर इज गुरुजी's wife himself, and that's how I started learning from छोटो गुरुजी. And then of course, so that is it. It kind of my mother used to say that it was as if you were meant for Odissi, because before we started looking, we just wished that let her learn Odissi, let her learn. And then Guruji's wife was right there, like the very next day in my father's chamber. And it so happened that my father also looked at her, surname and asked that, do you know Guru Shri Giridhari Nayak? Otherwise, they would have just, discussed medical things. And so it was as if destined. And I'm so
Blessed.
so blessed that Sri Jagannath has accepted me as an Odissi dancer.
Yeah, that's why it is said, no, that we don't choose the art chooses us.
Definitely
And
for me.
yeah, and that's how, look, how you were destined to your guru. You had to be with your guru, Choto Guruji, and how God manifested the whole thing. मतलब वो आपके ही फादर के क्लिनिक में उनके मदर का, उनकी वाइफ का आना एक बहुत बड़ी बात है. और बिल्कुल एक तो बांग्ला आमियो बूझी. हाँ हाँ हाँ, ठीक है. ये कनेक्शन समझ में आ रहा है. बंगला का हमें बिल्कुल. अभिमन्यु, मैं छेड़ने लगूंगी, इसलिए सावधान. So one more thing that I would like to know, like we have the Guru Shishya Parampara, and you used to go to Bhubaneswar, stay there. Now Calcutta is a complete a metro city, ठीक है. एंड जो मैंने देखा है गुरुजी का, जो वो एक आश्रम के जैसे है. मतलब it's a very simple living and high thinking kind of a scenario.
Absolutely.
So how would you say that how did you juggle between the two lifestyles?
Nobody has asked me this, and this is a secret that only my parents know. And Shibuda, Guruji's son, and Sujata Didi knows that the first year or the first few years, I had a lot of issues settling. I one to bistara niche ka tha, doing your everything by yourself, and in a way hostel life jaisa. And because super pampered child, my elder brother is 9 years older to me. So you can imagine the kind of pampering. It मैंने हाथ से तो कभी पानी नहीं पिए. So that time going there, and first time I still remember, I used to think कि मैंने शायद कुछ गलती किया है, इसलिए मुझे इधर डाले हैं, बिकॉज द लर्निंग वाज आल्सो एक्सट्रीमली टीडियस
Rigorous, yes.
शेड्यूल. यस, बिकॉज सुबह से लेके रात तक गुरुजी तो रात इवन 2-3 बजे तक क्लास करते थे, और हम यहाँ पे मैक्सिमम वीकली क्लासेस या डेली क्लासेस भी किए हैं, but never morning till night. That was very something extremely different for me. And खाना, बंगाली फूडी हूँ, खाना अगर अच्छा नहीं है, हमको जो भी करने को बोला हम कर देंगे, पर खाना थोड़ा तो अच्छा होना चाहिए. So whenever I used to visit, I still remember that one thing I want to mention, Didi, I have been, I think, extremely lucky in my life to have a lot of affection from people, like I am right now getting from you also. So I have been very, very, very lucky, that way. And वहाँ पे जब जाती थी, गुरु माँ बहुत प्यार से बोलती थी उसके लिए खाना अलग सा दो. शिबुदा भजिया लाते थे बाहर से. आई स्टिल रिमेम्बर, बहुत रात तक क्लास, 2 बजे का क्लास खत्म हो गया क्लास. मैं और सुजाता दीदी, बिकॉज आई हैड टू लर्न 1-to-1 ऑल्सो. आई गॉट अ नेशनल स्कॉलरशिप अंडर गुरुजी, द सीनियर नेशनल स्कॉलरशिप. सो उसके वजह से 1-to-1 क्लास तो था ही विद सुजाता दीदी, गुरुजी, और मैं सीख रही हूँ. सो रात को सुजाता दीदी ना ऑमलेट बना के देती थी, रात को 2 बजे, 3 बजे. So, or very, these things, it has stayed with me. And of course, she is also tired. सुबह से लेके रात तक, सुजाता दीदी is also working like crazy. यहाँ पे सिखा रही है, यहाँ पे खाना बना रही है. तब के जमाने में बहुत, there were times when I remember that दीदी ऐसे टेरेस पे खड़ी है और मैं बाजू में आके बोलती हूँ क्या है, and she is looking, वो देख कुक जा रही है, वो आएगी नहीं बोल के गई. And here there is a hostel full of girls. We are all there. So, but then still, शिबुदा अगर बाहर से कोई खाना या कुछ लाए है, they'll keep it aside a little bit. Sujata Didi would keep चल, तेरा खाना हो जाएगा. So, I have been, and I've also in that way learned how affection, how to make your student feel comfortable. What is affection? वो भी है, ये भी तो सीखना है ना, कि हम everything I think needs to be learned, how to give, and most importantly how to receive. There is a grace in which people we have to receive. And I think both the things are super dependent on each other. एक हम बोलते हैं कि देना बहुत difficult है, लेना तो नहीं. लेना difficult तब हो जाता है gracefully जब आप जो आपको दिया जा रहा है आप वो चाहते नहीं हो, तो पर आपको कर लेना ही है. But how to then gracefully take, but then I don't want to digress from the topic. A lot of yes, the first few times, rather not year, I think first year, second year tak I was manageable. I had my teenager class 8 and over, super teenage mode, and full credit goes to Shibu Dada and Sujata Didi for handling me. And even now I tell them that I really don't know how you all handled. आज ये कल वो करके मैंने पूरा
This is what Swapna, the problem is people see the artist on the stage और सोचते हैं अरे कितना मस्त लाइफ ये लोग जी रहे हैं, स्टेज पे है, applause है, glamour है, but what pain one has gone through to be where they are or where we are, that nobody wants to realize कि इतनी मुश्किल, इतने डिफिकल्टी से, मतलब एसी के रूम से मे बी आप कूलर के रूम से, एसी के रूम से आप एकदम बिना पंखे के कमरे में चले जा रहे हो, वहां पे इंग्लिश मार्च मिल रहा है और यहाँ पे तुमको एकदम सादा खाना मिल रहा है. सो आई कैन आंसर इंग्लिश मार्च बोल के ना, पता है स्वप्न मेरे मुंह में पानी आ गया. So this is what people don't understand, the struggle that the artists go through to become what they become. It's not money, it is their passion which motivates them, है ना. Now tell me, like from तुम वहां से कलकत्ता से भुवनेश्वर, वहां पे तुमने एक लाइफ, ठीक है, वहां से उठ के तुम पहुंच गई शादी करके लंदन। लंदन ठुमकदा करने, तुम एकदम फुल ठुमके मारने के लिए। टेल मी, हाउ इज योर मैरिज अ लव मैरिज?
No, it's a Bollywood style arranged marriage. So basically, our
Oh,
shadi got fixed even before we saw each other.
oh my goodness.
Yes,
Also, how
pura
did you
Bollywood
take
style.
it? How did you take it, Swapna? I don't believe this. Tell me the story. There's so
So,
much story in your life.
it So, in 2004, my father passed away, and then soon after, my mother was, really, you could sense that poor thing, like, abhi isko leke kare kya? And I had just finished my graduation, and then I was teaching in a school at that time after B.Ed. So मम्मी ने एक दिन बोला कि and at that time I was doing my own show also for Doordarshan. We used to do a game show for artist couples. So and it was very, again, something which has really helped me grow. That experience of facing the camera and anchoring without a script. That game show, because of the game show, I was quite a I mean, dance करके जितना recognition कभी मिला है उससे ज़्यादा इसमें, because regular audience would recognize your face, no? So I was very must happy life. स्कूल है, पैसा आ रहा है स्कूल टीचिंग से, अपना डांस स्कूल है जहाँ पे हम सिखा रहे हैं, और यहाँ पे गेम शो है, तो बस लोगों कहीं जाओ तो लोग जो बोलते हैं कि चला जा, yeah, I know this person. So all set in life. Then मम्मी बम गिराती है कि भाई तुम शादी करो, I think you should settle down. ऐसे मम्मी ने बोला कि चलो हाँ शादी करवाएंगे, पर ऐसा वाला लड़के से करवाएंगे जो कलकत्ता में रहता है। अच्छा ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है, तो कलकत्ता वाला चलो उतना भी टफ नहीं होगा। आई अंडरस्टैंड माई मदर इज टेंस्ड दैट मेरा क्या होगा जीवन में, चल शादी कर लेते हैं। इसके बाद when she started searching, she our both our families, my husband's family and our family, we go to ashram in Calcutta, Sadhu Taracharan Paramahamsa के आश्रम में, और वहां पे our two families are connected through the ashram. So I still remember that I had a TV recording, so I was super dressed up, of course, because of makeup and everything. और वहां पे एक दिन साधु जी का श्राद्ध था, और मम्मी ने बोला कि तुम चलो। I said it is impossible, look at me, माने this is not how you turn up for anybody's श्राद्ध। मम्मी said नहीं वो तो, and my mother talks in this way only, she always said that वो तो थोड़ा सीनियर होके चले गए हैं, हम सब खुशी है वो गए हैं, ठीक है कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, तुम सच धज के भी चलोगे, लोग तुमको वियर्ड नहीं सोचेंगे, तो तुम चलो, बिकॉज तुमको अभी कौन कहाँ पे ड्रॉप करे, ये वो तुम्हारे लिए मेरा आई विल बी लेट, सो यू प्लीज कम। So I went there, and I remember that my mother-in-law was coming in front of me and smiling. अभी क्या होता है, इतना बड़ा गैदरिंग जब आश्रम का होता है ना, ऑफ कोर्स देयर आर, हाँ वो भी श्राद्ध, मेरे आश्रम में ही श्राद्ध हो रहा था, और एंड आई एम वेरी यूज्ड टू, आई फॉरगेट वेरी इजीली, सो आई एम वेरी यूज्ड टू कमिंग अक्रॉस आंटीज हु आई एम सपोज्ड टू नो बट आई डोंट, तो मैं ना रैंडम से स्माइल कर देती हूँ, नमस्कार कैसे है, इन अ वे दैट मैंने तो पता ना चले उनको कि मैं, मुझे नहीं पता था कि मैं उनको पहली बार देख रही हूँ। आई गेस दैट आई एम सपोज्ड टू नो यू, एज यूजुअल आई फॉरगॉट इट, बट एंड अभी क्या ही कर, सो मैंने भी नमस्ते किया, एंड बार बार शी वाज कमिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ मी एंड स्माइलिंग एट मी, एंड मुझे बार बार लगा तो अच्छा तुमको आई हैव रियली फॉरगॉटन यू, बट आई शुड नॉट, माय फेस लेट द अभिनय taught by my gurus and ठीक हो, हम ठीक है। So that happened, and then my mother, so वो वहाँ पे हमारा शादी का बात उन लोगों ने चलाया, and my mother-in-law spoke to my mother, and हो गया कि ये लड़का है, वो टोरंटो में रहता है, लॉयर है, और चलो शादी फिक्स कर देते हैं, because we know the family and the family is very good, this is very good, you're supposed to talk to the लड़का in phone पे। तो तब के जमाने का वो इंटरनेशनल कॉल में हम बात किए एक बार, और फिर ईमेल में वेरी फॉर्मल ईमेल्स एक्सचेंज हुए. दिस इज लाइक अंजन ने मुझे भेजे, दिस इज व्हाट आई लाइक, व्हाट आई डोंट लाइक टाइप. I have sent an equally curt email back saying this is what I like, this is what I don't like. If we are compatible, let's go for this project. So ऐसे ही करके हाँ, तो अभी ऐसे ही हुआ. फिर तब के जमाने में स्काइप था, तो स्काइप में वीडियो कॉल्स किए. और एंड अंजन वाज आल्सो दैट वे. पापा मम्मी ने बोले हैं शादी करने के लिए, मैंने भी बोला देखो वॉट एवर इट इज, अरेंज्ड मैरिज है, ऐसा नहीं कि हम सो वी आर गोइंग विथ दैट मेंटेलिटी दैट वी हैव टू मेक इट वर्क. अभी थोड़ा हाँ चेक कर लो थोड़ा कॉम्पेटिबिलिटी, अगर चलता है टाइप तो लेट्स ट्राई, गिव इट अ ट्राई. नो मैंने एकदम प्रोजेक्ट की तरह, एंड देन लेट्स सी. तो बस ऐसे ही शादी हो गया. तब शादी हो गया, तब जब शादी से जस्ट कुछ महीने पहले एक दिन आके उसने बोला कि अच्छा मैंने ना एक जॉब ले लिया है लंदन में. सो मैंने बोला कि हमको तो टोरंटो जाना था. तो उन्होंने बोला नहीं अभी लंदन जाना है. अच्छा चल लंदन चलते हैं, तो लंदन चले. और and I have never really taken life so I have to say so seriously. Of course, when I was leaving, Calcutta, सबसे painful ये था that I'll not be able to see my mother every day. And my leaving my dance school, all the students, my पूरा comfort छोड़ के. But then again, I was also looking forward to a new life and seeing the world. कि चल देखते हैं.
Must, you're a must. And I must say, we have a lot of friends with us. Hi, Gauri Divakar. Namaste to both of you. And thanks for connecting us back, Gauri. बिल्कुल मैं इस शो में बोलना चाहूंगी कि स्वप्ना ने मेरा नंबर गौरी दिवाकर से लिया था. हमारे फ्रेटर्निटी में ये भी है कि नंबर नहीं दिए जाते. अगर नंबर आपके पास है तभी बोला जाता नहीं नंबर तो नहीं है मेरे पास, पर
ईमेल है.
हाँ
नंबर नहीं ईमेल है.
हाँ नंबर नहीं है ईमेल है. पर गौरी ने नंबर दे दिया था. और गौरी इस बात के लिए मेरे को भी डांटेगी कि दीदी आपको सब कुछ बोलना होता है शो पे. हाँ मुझे सब कुछ बोलना था कि तुझे पता है ना. और उसके बाद हमारे पास है, दिस इज रजित अरोरा. एक्चुअली दिस इज ऑल्सो गौरीज हस्बैंड, माई ब्रो एंड परी का फादर. मैं बाप बोलने वाली थी, भूल भी दिया. फादर, he is a very good friend of mine also. Both of them are very good friend of mine. And I have my dear friend who also pushed me back, Sangeeta Das Banerjee. One frame story. You have to come here, Swapna, and you have to get yourself clicked by Sangeeta. She's amazing.
Oh yes, I've seen her photos. That ये वाला, ये आग वाला आपका profile picture वाला photo. God, it's so beautiful. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, she's the one who does that, and that is Ambika Shah. Actually, she's right now in Seattle, but right now sitting right across the sofa with me, which nobody's supposed to know, but now everybody would know. But actually she's in Seattle, and you all can ask questions. It's not कि सिर्फ मैं सवाल पूछूंगी, आप सब सवाल पूछ सकते हैं, यहाँ पे बॉम्बार्ड कर सकते हैं. ऑलरेडी देख चुके हैं कि ये कलकत्ता से भुवनेश्वर, वापस कलकत्ता से लंदन तक पहुंच गई ये लड़की, और क्या मस्त इसने ट्रांजिशन लिया. आई एम वन काइंड ऑफ येलो बुक, एनीबody can contact me. Yes,
and I will.
And that's so kind of you to share the numbers. That's so kind of you to share the numbers and to break that, that jinx की artist लोग एक दूसरे को help नहीं करते हैं. So that is there. So again, and Sangeeta is also शर्मा. तेरे को शर्म कहाँ पे आती है? Sangeeta Das Banerjee, तो आदि तो दासगुप्ता की दास तुम्हारे पास भी है, and lots of love. Yeah. So now from Calcutta to Bhubaneswar to London, where I know you were working also as a Odissi dancer at the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan.
Yes, so I was working there as a maths teacher in schools, and I started classes in Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan as their Odissi dance teacher. At that time, Odissi was not there in Bhavan. So when I went to Bhavan, वहाँ पे भी एक मजेदार story है, if you Didi, if you want to know.
Yes, please. मजेदार के लिए है.
So Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan में Nanda Kumar ji, director, again somebody who's been instrumental in guiding me in both arts management as well as giving me opportunity in London. So नंद कुमार जी ने मुझे बोला था कि देखो यहाँ पे तो ओडिसी है नहीं, मुझे नहीं पता यहाँ पे ओडिसी लोग जानते भी है नहीं, we really don't know whether they had initially tried with couple of reputed artists as teachers, but for whatever reason things have not worked out. So he said that I think 7 more teachers had failed before you. So what we can do is Monday ko aa jao, because Monday anyway nobody has taken. And other days we have classes, rooms are booked. Monday is the only day no one's taken. Light तो on ही रहता है, फैन का तो कोई मतलब नहीं है, इतना ठंड है, तो तुम भाई आ जाओ और कोशिश करो. So that is how I started, ODC classes there, and I thought that I am working, and Monday afternoon कौन से बच्चे आएंगे हमारे पास, कोई ना आए. So I started teaching adult beginners in Bhavan. You know why? Because Monday I thought was a day where you really need to motivate yourself. सुबह ऑफिस जाने के बाद शाम को वापस आके हे भगवान, why am I doing this is the question which I had in my mind most of the time. Monday is the very sad. Sunday night so you're in depression, but Monday bhi you're in semi depression.
Monday blues.
तो ब्लू, अभी वो ब्लू को हम थोड़ा और रंगीन बनाते हैं, इसलिए हमने सोचा कि चल ओडीसी क्लास स्टार्ट करते हैं फॉर अडल्ट बिगिनर्स, समथिंग टू गो थ्रू द डे एंड कम फॉर द ओडीसी क्लास, सो दैट मंडे इज गॉन, देन ट्यूसडे ऑनवर्ड्स यू आर अ हैप्पी सोल बिकॉज़ यू हैव डांस्ड, राइट? So and that is how I thought, and I was lucky that in that worked. We had a very good number of adult ODC students who are not just Indians, but right now, in fact, in Bhavan we have Katrina Root, who's a Latvian girl who's learned ODC and then now has taken over as their ODC teacher. So she was in my class, and then people from across the world, and what a cosmopolitan class to have. एक ग्रीस से है, एक मॉरिशस से है, एक श्रीलंका से है, एक वहाँ के यूके बॉर्न गुजराती है, एक it is, and Bengalis of course. So that really helped me a lot. And again, my entire day used to go in school because हम पढ़ाते थे, and I like teaching. Like I like children. I loved teaching. Yeah, and I used to tell my husband that no better way to work, no better place to work where your clients come and hug you in the morning. तुम लोगों का तो गाल ही पड़ता है होगा, हम सुबह जब जाते हैं हमको आके, and I was in primary school, so आके एकदम हक करके how are you बोलते हैं, अरे यार मेरे क्लाइंट ऐसे हैं, तुम्हारे देखो. So I was in a very happy space in London. I also got the opportunity to work in a lot of Bengali community programs through Dr. Ananda Gupta, who's again somebody who has worked extensively with Tagore, and with Dada, I call him Dada. With Dada, I started also what I had, of course, as a Bengali in Calcutta, I have grown up with Tagore, and you said no that how Tagore is not why ODC, but then with ODC Tagore was always there, and which continued with
Dada. Into us. We are born with Tagore, with our generation. I can say that we are born with Tagore inside our soul.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Our mothers must be singing Rabindra Sangeet and reading a poetry of Tagore.
Very natural part of life. Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
And perhaps the only poet जिन्होंने music के साथ dance को भी इतना importance दिया है. When you look at Rabindra Nritya, I guess it is the only dance that has been born from one particular poet's work only. है ना?
Yes.
कोई और डांस देखिए डांस है, पर ये पोएट से डांस आया है, डांस से पोएट नहीं आया. So and so it has always fascinated. I mean, Tagore and his works have always fascinated me, and I had worked extensively on Tagore works in London also. ऐसा नहीं कि लंदन जाके खाली ओडीसी हमने किए हैं. It was just magical how much Tagore work actually goes on in London too.
Yes.
But yeah, that was the London. बस हम तब बच्चे नहीं थे, मैं और husband. I am a very bad cook, so I would.
संगीता ने वही पूछा. So how long has been the project of marriage?
प्रोजेक्ट तो अभी 14 साल हो गया, वनवास खत्म है.
Wow.
और yes, So abhi 15th year hai, and how do you balance marriage and career so
That
beautiful? I
is so
don't know if I'm
beautiful.
able to
This is from
beautifully.
Amrita and Abhimanyu. Swapnaji, how do you manage your family and professional career?
I
Yes.
prioritize, I don't take a day as a day. I take it into hours, and I'm sure, Didi, you have also very beautifully raised
Yes.
your child. So I know that अच्छा ये 10 से 11 कौन सा चीज important है. 10 से
Yes.
11 डांस प्रैक्टिस important है या एनसीपीए वर्क important है, and it is not the same every day. एंड 11 से 12 कौन सा चीज थे. 11 बजे बच्चे का ऑनलाइन स्कूल का ये चालू होगा, तो 11 हम 11 से 11:15 का और कुछ नहीं है. आई विल बी
Yes.
with the child, or I have to make sure that there is somebody with the child. It's my responsibility to delegate and see that the thing happens. Again, I think it is a continuous balancing activity जो
Yes.
चालू होता है ना. And it is
Yes.
or I think in parenting there are no weekends. ये no weekend off. तो ये चीज थोड़ा थोड़ा इशू हो जाता है. अगर थोड़ा वीकेंड होता तो I think अच्छा ही होता.
That is
पर
what, Swapna, that you like with especially the women dancers and artists. Your role is not just as an artist, but your role as a wife, as a daughter, as a mother. So you have to be, in multiple roles, which is a very, very tough thing for any woman to do.
anybody, any
And,
person.
and you have two children, you have two siblings, a daughter and a son. And both of them, the daughter and the son, they're both very different, child to bring them up.
हाँ
Because
जी.
I've seen your videos. I love your videos that you post of your children. Dance ke to अच्छे लगते हैं because you look like a Durga when you are there and very powerful. And when I see your time with your children, কি করছো? এটা করতে হবে, গুগলে তোমার নাম আসতে হবে, কি করে আসবে? It is so sweet, and this is what I love to see, the other side of you, of the artist. Acha, Abhimanyu Lal is asking, do you get enough time to practice? And Gauri is saying her daughter is Xerox of her. Yes. दो है, एक तो गौरी का compliment है, and Abhimanyu is asking, do you get enough time to practice?
Yes, practice has always been, it is definitely not enough time to practice. Absolutely, yes. But then what you do is, when I was young, I had this same issue with studies and dance. Because in life, we never do anything just one. Na? We always
Yeah.
do other things also. So prioritizing, हमने कभी भी life में, and that is what I tell myself very honestly, because otherwise I feel very demotivated, as you can understand. I tell myself तब तो study करना था. I had to adjust, जब पढ़ाई पढ़ाई, जब खाना खाना, and जब dance. So enough time तो तब भी नहीं था. है ना? Of course tension नहीं था. I didn't have to think about the child. I was not responsible for anything else. But still, I had to find time, which is something I am doing now. I have to find time. I tell myself, buckle up. There is time now. So हम थोड़ा एकदम जब pre-COVID office खुला रहता था. Initial years in NCPA, the directives, the way I understood that, you cannot use the spaces for your own practice. So that is why I didn't practice there. But I am again extremely blessed to have Mr. Kushru Santu, who's the chairman of the NCPA, my mentor. And with his permission, I used to go early in office and take that time to practice, and then start your day also पूरा mast. यहाँ पे लोग आके अच्छा ये हो गया वो हो गया, and आप तो किरवानी पल्लवी में हो तो अपनी practice करके निकले यार पूरा दिन हो जाएगा. So it also has that calming effect on me. And but then just to answer, yes, enough time मुझे ना जीवन में कभी नहीं मिला कोई भी चीज के लिए. But I have to find time, and with the blessings of everybody, I have been able to, as well, prioritize it. अभी आज थोड़े दिन प्रैक्टिस अच्छे से नहीं हुए हैं, आज because then bacha takes secondary position. Or for office you can't say that, but then office again has been very supportive, in that way, that they have given the space कि चलो तुम थोड़ा practice कर लो अभी उसके बाद आप 11 बजे से meeting करें. So that is
Yeah.
how I have been able to manage.
Easily, I think that Durga Ma is shown with a Dasha Bhuja, na, because that is actually woman, which not only talks about the astras, actually it talks about the multitasking of a woman. अगर अभिमन्यु हम 10 भुजा दुर्गा के देखते हैं तो हम अस्त्र अलग पकड़ते हैं, यहाँ पे बच्चा, यहाँ पे स्कूल, यहाँ पे खाना, वहां पे टॉयलेट, यहाँ पे सफाई, वहां पे ऑफिस, यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट्स, वहां पे गुरु के भी प्रॉब्लम्स या नखरे, और हमारे अपने नखरे, पति के नखरे, बॉयफ्रेंड के नखरे, गर्लफ्रेंड के नखरे, सब सब चलता है. तो वो दशभुजा हम पूरा लेके चलते हैं. और संगीता says, I personally feel a woman who gives importance to self along with every other responsibilities brings up confident children. A mother is the first teacher always. Absolutely well said.
Absolutely well said. Super.
What do you wonderful women have to say about that? Absolutely, we agree to that. And we have the questions pouring in like rain. And this was my next level, which I was coming to, which Gauri has come up. How do you handle pressure working as a program officer at Ncpa? And she says, do you ever feel pressurized by these seniors? Yes, this is another direction, because your journey is quite varied from one to another. You're like globe trotting with your own life also. मतलब इधर से उधर आप पूरा समा के चल रही हैं. तो आपका जो अब नेक्स्ट है, पर मुझे एक चीज और गौरी इनसे पूछना था, क्योंकि इन्होंने लंदन में बैठे बैठे जो उन्होंने अपना डांस का काम किया, साथ में यू डिड योर स्टडी.
Yes, I did my master's in Arts and Heritage Management from London Metropolitan Business School, and it's an MA degree, but it's from a business school, and it definitely has helped me focus. But honestly, I think for most of the degree courses that we do across any degree course in any subject, it really helps you focus better on the subject. You learn field, है ना? अगर field में काम करके सीखना है.
Exactly.
But it definitely helps, घोड़े का ये जो है ना, that it gives. And I wanted to learn more about arts management in a formal way. Because
right.
When after Baba passed away, अपना troupe था, अपना dance school तो वैसे था ही, I had toured as much as possible.
आवाज take to भांग that. It was आवाज take to भांग that. Our clear voice.
Sure what to do.
Okay, come closer a little bit, or maybe get louder.
I will shout as much as I can. Is this better?
Yeah, this is
it
better.
Audible? Yeah?
Yeah, better.
So, the arts management to वैसे ही चालू था. As a dancer, I think no dancer can say that we are not trained in arts management. वो तो आता है. It is part of the world that we are in.
Yeah.
But definitely arts management as a degree helped me. You know why? Because the class was very varied. क्लास में हमारे चाइनीज स्टूडेंट्स थे, जापानीज स्टूडेंट्स थे, क्रीट के स्टूडेंट्स थे. मैंने वेरी ऑनेस्टली आई एम सो डाउन दैट क्रीट देश के बारे में मुझे वहां पर पता चला. अच्छा ऐसा अलग है. मैंने वैसा the entire world a very cosmopolitan class that we have, and then you get perspective about cultural policy in different countries across across the world, and how they support culture and how मैं ना पहले इतना सोचती नहीं थी. मैं ना खाली डांस ही करती थी. मुझे पता था ये है बालाजी प्रैक्टिस करना है, अभिनय प्रैक्टिस करना है, ये फिनिश आना है, ये आना है, स्मूथ मूवमेंट. I have never thought of the dance world before getting entry into MA. And that is the first time I remember coming back home and thinking अच्छा इंडिया का कल्चरल पॉलिसी क्या है. मैंने कभी देखा मैंने तो cultural policy ही नहीं पढ़ा, तो cultural policy इंडिया का. And then you understand that how difficult it is to actually have a unified cultural policy of a country so varied as India. So and how state wise cultural policy हो सकता है, how in different other countries which are much smaller, probably हमारा state जैसा उनका cultural policy है, और कैसा how they support, how they balance tourism and cultural policy. So these things are absolutely something which the master's program enlightened me. मैं हम तो वहाँ पे चले थे अपना खाली पल्लवी और अभिनय करके, but that is that is something I had completely learned from the, and like I was talking to you that it is not mandatory to have a degree in our field. Like we say that बहुत सारे हमारे सीनियर्स है, मैं उस दिन नशा जी से बात कर रही थी और दीदी बोल रही थी हमने मास्टर्स डिग्री या पीएचडी नहीं किया है, ओडिसी ने गुरुजी से जितना सीखा है कोई पीएचडी से कम नहीं. So our field is such, but definitely as an individual, the kind of individual I am, who works better with deadlines, a degree or a program like this helps me focus better. I studied more on cultural management or arts management or heritage management because of my degree course. Otherwise, I would have been very happy in my zone and probably I would have been able to do the work I'm doing here at the Ncpa. But
because this is something that India still does not understand, that art management is a very important thing for an artist. Over here, the guru or the teacher teaches you art, but doesn't teach you how to make a career. And it is very important to understand art management and also to think that art needs commerce, paisa. Even classical needs paisa. You can't dance on a hungry stomach. You have so much. You have to pay your musicians. You have to pay your guru. You have to make your costumes, your makeup, your photography. So it needs money. And that's why art management is very, very important. But unfortunately, I think you have brought in a very enlightened subject into our forum and into the whole space of art, because people should study about art management or at least try to develop the acumenship in them. खुद भी आप उसको business acumenship को आप develop कर सकते हैं.
Absolutely.
And I think that was your NCPA role also helped you a lot.
Yes, so NCPA role requires जो गौरी का प्रश्न था कि do you get pressurized. So I think Ncpa has been there for 50 years. So it's not a new organization. So there is a set system, not just internally, but also the way in which people approach Ncpa, or people or the community interacts with Ncpa. So I have not faced any pressure from any senior other than the normal pressures that one might face. कि यार स्वप्नों मैंने ये इतना साल नहीं किया, चल मुझे करवा दे, या इसको दिया है तूने मेरे को नहीं दिया, stuff like that. That is there in every. I think NCPA में ज़्यादा कहीं कम है ऐसा नहीं. I'm sure you do your own dance festival and you know that pressure is there for every organizer. So nothing more, nothing exceptional for the NCPA world. But NCPA job में pressure बहुत है. You know why? Because the money is not mine.
Yes.
It is somebody else's money that I'm spending. It is somebody else's, and it is not something I have created. It has been created by our gurus with blood and sweat. कोई भी प्लेटफॉर्म NCPA कहिए या खजुराहो कहिए या कोई भी डांस प्लेटफॉर्म अगर है, it is actually in our head, no? And it has been created by our gurus by producing and presenting excellent work there. That is how a platform is created. So NCPA has been created and taken to that level by our seniors. So then it's like एक crystal का ball जो मेरे हाथ में अभी है और मैं I am the person who has to take care of the crystal ताकि उसमें scratch ना आए जब तक मेरे हाथ में है, and then pass it on to whoever comes next. अगर ये crystal ball मेरा होता ना, if it was mine, I would have been a little less relaxed कि अगर गिर के टूट भी गया तो चलो खुद का है, ये मेरा नहीं है. It's not mine, and that is an extremely that you own pressure on me, more so because I'm an artist. So every time when I do work at the NCPA, there are two people talking in my head. One is the arts manager and one is the artist student mostly, asking me continuously that what are you creating for me? Tomorrow, what am I going to learn from what you are doing? So probably I have made it a little bit more pressure मैंने खुद create किया है because I listen to both sides. So yes, there is a lot of pressure, but external pressure from I expected more. I thought that कोई organizer जो खुद के festival करते हैं उनसे शायद ज़्यादा pressure होगा NCPA में. But we have to say that definitely Indian classical dance brings about that finesse in with dedication and every practice, because our seniors 99% of them are exceptionally good people.
I agree, Swapnakalpa.
And unjustly.
I agree that they are exceptional artists. What about their fragile egos?
I have not faced. Probably because NCPA, I don't know. Probably because it's NCPA. We are different for different people also, no? So maybe because it's NCPA, I have not seen. But whatever it is, I have not seen. I have not seen negativity उतना. I have मैंने क्या बोलूँ दीदी बना में नहीं बोलना. I have not seen. ऐसा नहीं है कभी भी किसी ने आगे tantrum show किया या बहुत कुछ normal tantrum जो है कि समझो तूने तेरा technical people have not आया है यार मेरा setup करना है. That तो everybody. I will also say no. I am not.
But I will add to another thing to this, Swapna. I have seen you on the seat also. I think you carry that personality that don't mess with me. And I like that. I like strong people. And I think that is your aura that I really appreciate, because
I'm extremely honored, but I don't know if I would be able to agree.
Yeah, I have seen that, I've seen your serious side. Yes.
I do justice not to the artist community.
Yes, because sitting on that seat is not easy. But your personality, definitely, it's applaudable that your personality holds that seat very well, and also that you are working in a great deal to promote art and artists at the same time with a dignity that don't mess with me. So that is also something very good. I like that about you, because I love smart and strong women. That is wonderful. But I will come to you another project called Virasat, which is doing really wonderful. But before that, we have a question from Rajit Arora. Do you think pandemic has opened up borders like never so before, though nothing can take place of stage performance? How is NCPA keeping up pace with these changed times? Great hearing about your journey.
Thank you so much. Yes, I think for the not just for the arts organizations, it is also for the artists. The pandemic has opened doors and also taught us to appreciate what we already had. I think personally, I have taken a lot of things for granted, and the pandemic has taught me to be grateful for what and to appreciate those things. But answering your question, the NCPA is working on their own digital presence. We have during the pandemic we tried telecasting some of our shows on YouTube, which was a big success. We have started having online workshops and continuously experimenting with that. And honestly, reaching out to students from across the world would never be otherwise possible. I mean, that physical workshops, we can only reach out to people in Bombay or who are visiting Bombay. So definitely it has opened our world or expanded our audience. Now we do not only program for residents of Bombay, but we program for the entire world, which is very exciting. I think as a curator, I'm super excited that I'm born or I'm in that time where we are getting opportunity as a curator to reach to have talk shows where the conductor is sitting in Delhi and the respondent is from Bombay. Even here. So it has definitely opened up new avenues for us to experiment. Also brought the focus. ऐसा नहीं था कि YouTube पहले था नहीं या Facebook पहले था नहीं. It's only when the other opportunities went away that we started focusing for to present things online. So it is, I think, more than it has brought a spotlight on online
Yes.
activities, and also shown us the way how we can interact, and we can keep presenting to audiences beyond the physical city. So which is fantastic, and it's going to of course stay with us. It should. Now it's our challenge to see how, a stage for years and years and years we have researched and experimented, and today what you see on stage is after years of research that what is being presented. Now with the online media, which is a very new medium, we have to give it some more years, some more decades, and maybe after 50 years we will be all, if we are still there, we will meet and we will discuss that
Yes.
how it's good or bad as part of a couple of discussions on online media and TV. And I really feel it is very unfair to judge the medium now because it's a new stage. ये तो अभी आया है, तो इसको
Yes.
एटलीस्ट 50 साल के हमारा प्रेसिडियम स्टेज तो कब का है, सो एटलीस्ट ऑनलाइन स्टेज को 50 साल देते हैं और फिर देखते हैं कि what comes out of it, what are its pros and what are its cons. And but right now, extremely happy that the pandemic period has brought the spotlight on a new stage for us.
Yes.
So
Yeah, it is good because online has kept us alive, has kept us motivated, and has kept us, connected. Even oops did not happen before. It only happened
जी
during the pandemic time, and I thought, okay, why not talk to artists and know
जी
about उनकी जिंदगी इस pandemic में,
जी
उनकी
जी
जिंदगी पर्दे के पीछे,
ट्रू
beyond the stage. Otherwise, nobody
जी
is ready to look at the artist कि उसको घर पे खाना भी मिल रहा है या नहीं, नाच के चलेगा या गा
ट्रू
के चलेगा, उसके पीछे क्या है उनकी हालत, ये जानना भी बहुत जरूरी है. एंड आई थिंक
जी
दैट इज व्हाई आई फील दैट even this online thing has been very successful and has
जी
kept all of us alive and connected. And we have another
एब्सोल्युटली
Das Gupta joining us, Varsha, saying Namaste
we
Alaknanda
are
Didi and
reading Dasgupta's today.
yeah, all Das Guptas are here. Very inspired to hear about your yearning for study, that too in the app direction, arts management. Wow. Actually, Swapnakalpa, this interview is very important for me because in this, through artists like you, we can show different new ways to the new generation who are coming up and who would know, okay, this is also a subject to be done. सिर्फ
हाँ
रियाज
जी
करना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. मुझे लगता है कि सिर्फ रियाज करना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, रियाज के साथ आपकी बुद्धि लगनी चाहिए कि इसको हमको करियर किस डायरेक्शन में बनाना है, बिकॉज कोई गुरु आपको करियर बनाने की शिक्षा नहीं देता है. How to make it a career, how to earn your bread and butter, how to make it more global. So this study has been really an eye opener for many, many people. But yes, coming to your question about, I would like to talk about Virasat. Your Virasat is doing wonders, and the way you're bridging the artist and the children. Because for me, it's very important because I believe art to be not just entertainment but education. And somewhere we are taking our children away from classical because they are more into Bollywood and the pop culture. So it is very beautiful way that you are joining artists to the children. So what was the thought behind, and please share it with everybody.
जी so since 2014 I at the NCPA I've been lucky to start our NCPA outreach program where we visit schools in Bombay, and we have these sessions, and it's crafted in a very different way where we have multiple artists across dance forms. So Bharatnatyam 20 minute, Odissi 20 minute, Manipuri 20 minute या मोहिनीअट्टम 20, ऐसे छोटे छोटे snippets में to give children a taste of our Indian classical dance forms, PPT present karke thoda, but then nothing as long as 2 hours or 3 hours in the first interaction. And that format is what I think has worked for us. And that is the reason why Vistar now, as you see, that is 1 hour only. It is 1 घंटे का है. Of course, inspiration तो हम
I always feel this entire discussion about audience nahi hai, audience kyun nahi aate, is because that our younger generation and us also into some extent, that when we grew up, we were into music and dance. It was part of it. But then just the generation after, say people who are in their 20s right now, or teenage yeah, 20, that level, we see that they have not really experienced or seen Indian classical dance that much, no? Like you were saying. And so what can we do about it? We can introduce it back and into the more we see, more we want to see.
Yes.
So अभी कुछ ना सोच के अच्छे से डिजाइन करके जितना भी प्लेटफॉर्म्स हो सके वहां we should go to the children, so that they growing up they see, at least they know this is how Mohiniyattam looks, or this is how Odissi looks. Abhi, when we go to schools and we start off and we ask that, can you name 4 singers? Unfortunate for me, the children are able to name 4 singers. But when we say, can you name 4 dancers? They either name Bollywood dancers or, some random names, very honestly. Nothing, mane dance ke bare mein kuch nahi pata. Kuch.
Exactly.
So I really, and you mentioned Bollywood. I think for Bollywood, what has been good is that for music, they have always had full-time musicians or singers representing music. But unfortunately for dance, it is not a dancer representing dance. It is an actor who's a part-time dancer representing. So that is how, of course, there was a time, or there has been instances where the great gurus have contributed, but it is not when a percentage agar dekho,
just 10% of it.
Yeah, or 10. चलिए मैं तो भगवान बोलती हूँ कि इतने सारे बॉलीवुड में जो डांस, when we look at a Bollywood dance presentation, we are looking at an actor who has very sincerely learned abhinay, acting, but not dance. But when we are talking about a singer, because it's a lip, it is a full-time singer. Now, whoever it is has only done music, मैंने गाना ही किया है और कुछ नहीं किया है, but dance का वो नहीं है. So of course, over time, we don't see Indian classical dance or any. I'm not demeaning or I don't want to disrespect the Bollywood dance tradition. Every dance needs, sincerity and devotion. And but if we are talking about Indian classical dance, definitely उसका representation में थोड़ा तो गड़बड़ हुआ है. चलिए, let us अभी oops में बोल ही दिए कि गड़बड़ तो हुआ है ना? Just a second. So, hello.
Yeah, your voice is good. Your voice is good now.
It is?
Yeah. Don't touch. Oh, where are you? A little bit of break because I lost her. She must have pressed some button. But yeah, this is getting very interesting. And Bollywood doesn't have much of classical dancers training in classical songs. Bollywood has taken dance as more of entertainment rather than education and worshipping, because I feel like classical dancers, we take it as a worshipping or an education, but Bollywood dancing is more of entertainment. Yes, Swapna.
Hari, so sorry. That's technology taking over. Coming back to Bollywood. So Indian classical dance, because children have not seen. So when we go to the schools now, we see that and they are equally fascinated. ऐसा नहीं कि जब Indian classical dance देख के वो बोर हो जाते हैं. If it is placed or if it is showcased in the right way, then they take it, they are into it. So and the best takeaway from our Vistar sessions, including your one, is that the schools have come back and said, our children are saying they want to learn Indian classical dance. What better? So absolutely, that is the best result. That and it's not just girls, boys also. And we have always, we have been lucky to get in touch with schools, both boys schools and girls schools, the co-ed schools. So we have been able to reach out to children in general, and the feedback has been awesome. And of course, sitting all the way in Bombay, I am able to interact with an artist in Manipur and an artist in Chennai, and they are doing a session together. These types of things, of course, was not possible before the pandemic. Not that we did not have the opportunity, it's just that again, spotlight nahi tha. So I think in that way, pandemic ने spotlight दिया, इसलिए NCPA outreach, which was only happening in Bombay, we got the opportunity to present it,
Yes.
with and involve artists across India.
Absolutely great work with Virasat, Swapnakalpa, which is the recent one, and I'm sure as soon as everything opens, we'll see more of that. And Ambika says the outreach program is a great way to create awareness. Information is power. If children know where to find more exposure to the classical forms, the generation would be enriched like yesteryears. In fact, Ambika is a Kathak dancer trained by me for last 21 years, and she's also working with Microsoft in Seattle, but she's doing a lot of classical dance shows
Super.
there at Seattle, and that's what I like. The balance of education and art is absolutely great, and I teach my students to earn from another career and invest in dance because it is an investing career. बट हाँ, बहुत सीरियस बातें हो गई है, मुझे पता है बहुत सीरियस चल रहा है. अब कुछ होना चाहिए, फाटाफाटी चलेगा. क्या चलेगा? ये होगा रैपिड फायर. सो रैपिड फायर में स्वप्नकल्पा, आर यू रेडी फॉर सम रैपिड फायर? Okay,
I am.
Time you have to be just quick. Okay, রসগোল্লা या গুড়ের সন্দেশ? রসগোল্লা. ইলিশ মাছ या চিংড়ি মাছ?
ইলিশ মাছ, বাঙাল.
अच्छा, गंगा का घाट या कोलकाता का घाट? हरिद्वार का घाट या कोलकाता का घाट?
कोलकाता का एनीथिंग.
ओके, अच्छा, कोलकाता का एनीथिंग. ओके, বাঙালি সাদা লাল পেড়ে শাড়ি या कांजीवरम?
সাদা লাল পাড়.
अच्छा, दुर्गा पूजा. I know the answer, but I have to ask you. दुर्गा पूजा या गणपति उत्सव?
Both, I think.
Both. You will like to enjoy. So we like both Durga
It
Puja.
starts off. Staying in Bombay, it basically starts off the Durga Puja fervor for us. Ganpati starts it off. So,
So what's your favorite color?
Depends on the what we are talking about. But sari mein to Rani pink.
Rani pink. Okay. Acha, over here she goes puchka or pani puri?
ফুচকা রে ফুচকা.
এটা আমরা জানতাম, এটাও ফুচকা ছিল না, ডাউটই ছিল না. রবীন্দ্রসঙ্গীত या ক্লাসিক্যাল মিউজিক?
Rabindrasangit has used a lot of classical music, actually. A lot of Rabindrasangit is based on classical, and I think in that way every music is classical music. সারেগামাপাধানিসা says আলাদা তো কিছু না, no? So it is all classical music. So I think it is classical music, and in its every form.
I take away this today. So a wine or a vodka?
I don't drink.
Then what do you drink?
Water.
A coffee or a tea? Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Okay, what's your favorite destination for holidays?
ऐसे तो एक कुछ वैसा नहीं है, but then समुंदर. I like.
You like the Goa or the Pondicherry?
Goa, Puri.
Again, the Calcutta girl talking.
Kolkata, I was just thinking how boring is it? But
Puri is more because
Jagannath Puri,
yes.
Lot of nostalgia.
What is your favorite cuisine?
I'm a foodie. I like to taste new food. So I don't like to restrict myself.
What is your favorite? If you get something, if you have lots of choices, what would you pick up for yourself first?
I think Indian, yes. Yes, but then again, it depends on my mood.
Artist and their
After
moods
a
are
very, the day, strenuous day, you come home, you want Chinese, chow mein and everything. So
I
with
know. I
children,
was waiting for this. I was waiting for this. আমি জানতাম ওই যে কলকাতার যে কোথাকার তোমার চাইনিজ গুলো হয়
I know, yes,
হ্যাঁ I knew
Kolkata.
this হ্যাঁ না
So
I knew this.
Kolkata, but in general also, like when you're with the kids, pizza and pasta and
Yeah.
burger, they rule. So it is basically in which avatar I am in. If I am in the
Yes.
arts management avatar, then maybe promoting Indian dance, I would be more into Indian. When I'm with children, I am more
No, when
Italian.
you're just yourself. No avatars. When Swapnakalpa is only Swapnakalpa. Then what?
Then it's food. Then it's only food.
And what
But yeah.
what do you like? A Shimla in a train or a plane in a Switzerland to Switzerland?
शिमला गए नहीं दीदी ये अरिजीत बोलता रहता है दीदी शिमला जाओ हम शिमला गए नहीं हैं so I am looking for I would say शिमला because स्विट्जरलैंड फिर भी गए थे वो भी हनीमून में how cliche क्या बात है वो भी गए थे एक कान का वहां पे गिर गया था पूरा होल ट्रिप आई क्रिप्ड अबाउट द इयरिंग which वो फुटपाथ से लिए थे पर क्रिप्ड अबाउट द इयरिंग and didn't like really enjoy Switzerland.
But you should do Shimla in the toy train. It is really fun.
Yeah, I've heard so.
Boiled eggs, on the way on the streets with a lot of masala and it's yummy. It's yummy. Okay.
Have to do that.
So and I would say, okay, I know you're a sari person, but still, if you want to go for a date with your husband again, I'm not saying a boyfriend, I'm thinking that he's your boyfriend, new boyfriend. What would you like? What would you like him to do for you, and what would you wear?
I would definitely wear a sari because investment wise मुझे ना जब भी पैसा मिलता है मुझे लगता है साड़ी में अगर मैं खरीदूं I get better products than or I look better मैंने that way better products I also have to look ड्रेस ऐसा नहीं मैं ड्रेस नहीं पहनती या कोई नहीं पहनती पर देखिए मोटी दिखती हूँ तो सो व्हाट पॉइंट सो चलो मैं साड़ी में सब ढक के सो व्हेन रीता कपूर चिश्ती जी आए थे एंड आई रियली लाइक्ड व्हाट शी सेड दैट डोंट शो थिंग्स यू डोंट हैव सो व्हिच आई रियली एग्रीड विद हर इन दैट वे कि हाँ तो साड़ी में आई फील मोर कॉन्फिडेंट सो आई लाइक साड़ी मोर एंड व्हाट द पर्सन व्हेन आई एम ऑन अ डेट नो and I am a person like that I am very happy because I am on a date. वो क्या किया नहीं किया मेरे को नहीं पता
पर क्या तुम एक्सपेक्ट करती हो यार मतलब what do you want your man to do for you
खाने का बिल दे दे बस और क्या बाकी हम कर लेंगे
that's an easy job hello
स्पॉन्सर कर दो बाकी हम संभाल लेंगे
बहुत अच्छी बीवी है intelligent woman sari is always the best investment agreed Sangeeta agreed yes and who is your Bollywood favorite actor
सोचा नहीं है वैसे I like acting of certain people in certain films. It's not like कोई ऐसे एक्टर है जिनका सभी कुछ अच्छा लगता है नसरुद्दीन शाह जी का बहुत अच्छा लगता है it's amazing I think
somebody from the hot heroes please
दीदी मैं बोरिंग हूँ ना थोड़ा
so I would say what do you want Satyajit Ray or a Sanjay Leela Bhansali or a Karan Johar Satyajit
Karan Johar for gossip I love gossip
that's what even I love Satyajit Ray is definitely the intellectual thing Sanjay Leela Bhansali because of the kind of film he makes and the music he does and I love Karan Johar for the whole swag and the gossip so actually I feel sometimes Oops is inspired by Karan Johar what about the actresses who's your favorite actress
I would say Rekha to some extent in certain Umrajan I really liked. I like Jaya Bhaduri in lots of. I think Aradhana ये वो बहुत सारे में I like Abhiman में I liked, and Millie में liked. There are वही माने there are
Because I'll
actresses
take
and
Rekha in. I'll take Rekha in. I'll take
yeah,
Rekha in.
you
Yeah,
can,
all
yeah.
time. Even
Or
I
maybe
like
Umrao
Jaya
Jan.
Bhaduri. Yeah,
Ah,
Umrao Jan. Even in that
oh,
Khoobsurat
that's also very nice.
was
You know, I
Rekha.
also like
That's
Sridevi.
Krishna.
I really like Sridevi's works. I
Oh,
think
yes.
she's an
Yes.
extremely, beautiful actress who brings out the characters. So, and English has been one of the
Oh,
favorite
wow.
ones. So,
Wonderful. More than Madhuri Dixit, I prefer Sri Devi after Rekha, definitely. But I'll keep Rekha. I'll keep Rekha. Okay. Thanks a ton, Swapna, for the lovely, lovely session. It was really and very engaging and a mind-opening
thank
session.
you so much.
But you can't go like this because, as she writes, that Alexander is looking for an oops moment. Sangeeta, I got it with Rekha. You know how much I love Rekha, so I got my moment with Rekha answer. And I think oops moment quite a lot because the way we were discussing about art and art management, art as an education and not just as an entertainment. I think that is what oops always I look forward to. But Jate Jate, your favorite song you have to sing for us.
um,
And also love to your
favorite.
children. We have to do another session with your children, you as a mom.
बंदर है पूरा दीदी घर तो zoo है my घर is complete zoo anybody following me on Facebook can understand what is going on
I love
all
that
day.
zoo of yours. I love that zoo of yours. I love that. Your children are so cute.
Ah.
God bless them. नजर ना लगे बस काला टीका लगा देना उनके यहाँ. Your favorite song. Please sing something for us.
Okay, 2 lines only please.
Yeah. Okay.
আমার সকল রসের ধারা তোমাতে আজ হোক না হারা আমার সকল রসের ধারা জীবন জুড়ে লাগুক পরশ ভুবন বেগে লাগুক হরস তোমার রূপে মোরগ ডুবে আমার দুটি আখি তারা আমার সকল রসের ধারা তোমাতে আজ হোক না হারা আমার সকল রসের ধারা. Thank you.
Oh, so beautiful. And let me tell the audience that this is a love song that she has sung. And it says, I can say, as I would say, that the Naika feels that all her emotions and rasas should flow towards the direction of the Naika and seeps into the Naika. That's what the heroine is talking about here. It's such a lovely song that you have sung. And you have such a lovely voice. फिर ये दो line क्यों बोला तुमने? You have a lovely voice, no
थोड़ा
doubt.
ज्यादा ही मोमेंट हो जाता है इसके बाद.
No, you're lovely. We had such good time, and look, your Google man is so popular. The Google man is there. So you have to see the video of his. It was too cute. In fact, your son has already made a sensation. You know,
गूगल में
with
नाम आ गया.
एकदम वो उसको बोलना गूगल पे पता नहीं कब तक आएगा पर तू यूट्यूब में तो आ ही गया और Oops में तो आ ही गया. What's your name? What
He'll
was
be
your
very happy. He'll be very
grandma?
happy.
Both your children's name. What's their name?
My daughter is 10 years old. Her name is Swaha Dasgupta. And my son is 5 years old. His name is Arunoday. Arunoday Dasgupta. We call him Soham.
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 Soham, you're already there in YouTube in Alaknanda Mashi's program. You're very cute. And your mama put a very cute video of you in the Facebook. So So you're going to soon be in Google too. I love you, Soham and Swaya. They're wonderful children, and you are
Thank you.
wonderful, Swapna Kalpa. It
Thank you,
is so nice to connect to you, and God bless you and the lovely work that you are doing, and you are giving so much space to the artist, and also the moment that I must say that over here as an artist, she's not taking the stage and she's giving it to others, which is a very difficult thing. The artists look, and she's a wonderful artist. You have to come and perform for my festival, Swapna. I have to see to it that you come here and you perform, and to be, it's almost like a sacrifice. You're seeing artists on the stage, other artists making space for them, but you being at the backstage and pushing them there, it's a whole lot of sacrifice and a lovely work that you're doing. God bless you and love you so much, Das Gupta. Swapna Kalpa Das Gupta, love you so much, and thanks for coming for the oops, and thanks for pushing me back into oops, because I love doing this.
Now, I hope this continues and we are going to have a lot of fun. Thank you so much. Like I said, it's an absolute honor to be part of this session, Didi, and getting time to interact with you. I'm extremely inspired by the work that you do, and we were just discussing that how difficult it must be to get up in the morning when you don't have a boss, and telling, motivating yourself and saying that, okay, I am my boss and I have to do good work and let me do that. And you're doing that. It's extremely inspiring. And I really pray that, you keep doing, you stay healthy, and you realize everything that you have ever dreamed of.
Yes, but I have to ask you, because this has to be the last question. What is that dream that you have for yourself and you still want to realize that?
I think the greatest challenge for a curator is to find that every artist who comes with an application has spent years in the field of the arts, and the challenge for the curator is to know what this person is best at. It could be the person is a fantastic performer. If not a performer, maybe the person is a fantastic teacher, which is no less. The person might be a fantastic even in makeup, for example, or dress. My dream is to sharpen my acumen so that I can balance both, where I present the best of the person in Ncpa or any organization, but then wherever I am working at the Ncpa, and do justice to our field, because it is not just performance that we master when we are taught dancing. It is a whole lot of other things. And may one day I have that acumen, of the highest order, where I can, ideate platforms that can engage more and more artists, and engage, and most importantly, or create more and more audiences for our dances.
Still thinking about others, Swapna Kalpa, that's you. Still having dreams for others, which you make your own dream. And that is Swapna Kalpa Dasgupta and Ambika Shah says. Both women on the screen today are an inspiration for us as artists as well as professionals. Thank you, Ambika. That's so sweet of you. And Abhimanyu says, fantastic session.
Thank you, Abhimanyu.
And Sangeeta says, so too, Ambika. Thank you so much, Swapna. It has been lovely. And as I always say, 40 minutes cannot be 40 minutes with the people that I have in my life, and I have it in the OOPS session, because they live larger than life. And that's why we need time. And I love the time I have with them every Sunday. I'm waiting for them. रविवार की शाम एक गरम गरम प्याली चाय के साथ होगी एक बहुत मीठी मीठी सी गपशप। आज जो हमारे साथ है स्वप्ना कल्पा दासगुप्ता। लव यू लोड्स एंड लोड्स एंड लोड्स।
थैंक यू वेरी
मच। एंड अगले संडे हम वापस आएंगे। और मैं कितनी बार बोलूं, मैं मैन हेटर नहीं हूं। अब आप सोचिए कि अगले सेशन में कौन है, बिकॉज इट्स अ हैंडसम मैन, आई मस्ट से। सो प्लीज सोचते रहिए कि कौन है। ऐसा नहीं मैं मैन हेटर हूं, आई लव मैन। सो कीप ऑन थिंकिंग, बिकॉज वी हैव अ हैंडसम आर्टिस्ट कमिंग नेक्स्ट संडे 7 बजे। बाय, लव यू
Didi. Bye bye and namaskar everybody.
Namaskar. Thank you all for being here.